Hey everybody, One of Wisdom here. Things have been strange lately. You're watching this video because you want to see her unboxed. However, before we do that, I'm going to take a few seconds to kind of give you a brief update. Basically, the last, I don't know, probably 2 weeks or so of my life, in terms of this side of my life, and basically being online in general, has been devastated because of a little virus called the powelik virus. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I don't really care because it's just an annoying pain in the butt that I hope no one else has to deal with. Basically, what happened is I use Google Chrome. I prefer Google Chrome. When I'm like triple tasking, which basically means I have to have both the standard Chrome window, the in private Chrome window, and then another window, basically to manage 3 different accounts or aspects of my life, I go to an in private Internet Explorer window. It sounds like a horror story. It came from Internet Explorer because that's basically what it is. I don't know. I just went back in there literally before making this video. And if you go to certain websites, pretty much anything non-Microsoft, it's seeming, I get these script errors in Internet Explorer, and they're super annoying, and I was controlling them out. I use the task manager. I'm pretty savvy with the computer, and I just can everything before it can be an issue. However, late one night, I was working on getting up. It's when I was releasing like 4 videos a day. I was really tired. I was cranking one out, and incidentally, whenever I did the Control-Alt-Delete, got the task manager up, and I was ending the process tree, the In Now box came up for some reason, and as I was about to click that, the pop-up like superseded that, and it, okay, was selected on the stupid little pop-up. And that basically installed some script in the registry keys, and that put the powelik virus in place. I dealt with Norton and Microsoft for the better part of 2 weeks. Microsoft chooses to continue to pretend this doesn't even exist. Norton, pathetic response time. To their credit now, they're kind of getting on the game, I guess, when there's like this many people impacted and complaining. They kind of feel like they have to. They recognize it and attempt to stop it, but they cannot delete it. They yesterday, Thursday, whenever that would be, told me that they're working on the registry keys. However, luckily in the last ditch, I don't really want to spend $500-600 for a new tower. I bought this computer a couple years ago, and I bought it basically as good as I could to last a long time. And 3 years is not what I had in mind when I picked it up. For what I do, it works just fine, and that's a lot of money to spend on something that you don't want to spend because of a virus. People were quoting like 200 flat rate removal. Some people say 125 an hour, and it could take 10 hours to remove. And that's not cool. And I found a third-party software. It was Rogue Killer. I think it was like Adlice or something. And those people actually did something that Microsoft and Norton could not do in a timely manner, and they came up with a way to remove that ridiculous virus. And now I can actually use the computer again. And as such, my nephew and I streamed tonight. Things are going great. We had 2 enchanted battles in Minecraft XB1, and then the Microsoft problem started happening again. That's another story for another day, but that is why I have not been able to handle stuff like this. It's something I wanted to do. I could have technically made the video, but I couldn't have uploaded it because when I tried to use the internet, it would basically just blue screen error, max out the CPU, and it's a real bad deal. I will actually, I don't know, I can leave a link. It's just Rogue Killer. If you've got that powelik virus, that is what I recommend. It is all that would work for me. That said, this is Legendary Deja Vu. She dropped this past Sunday, November 2nd, 2014, at Toys R Us, at least here in the US. I've been updated on the Skylander Club forum, I think by Ominex, not sure. It's some store that's not the equivalent of Toys R Us now that's carrying Legendaries. But nonetheless, in the US, it is Toys R Us. I guess $10.99 is the price since it's Toys R Us. They've got a promotion right now. If you spend $29.99 or more, you get a trap. The problem at my local store is they don't have any traps that I need. And so I actually spent a ton of time going through all their traps only to find that they didn't have what I needed, so I just held off with this, and of course this, which is also available now. We will cover that in greater detail in the next video. But 1099 Legendary Deja Vu, she joins, of course, Legendary Blades and Legendary Jawbreaker at this point in time. Bushwhack is on the horizon, probably a spring release. Well, it seems really flimsy, the packaging here. But as you can see emblazoned on the top corner in its exclusive Legendary series, it's Deja Vu. Coming down Toys R Us, again printed on your packaging. Obviously Legendary color scheme, the blue and the gold. Legendary Deja Vu. Did that just happen? Yes, it did. Coming around to the backside, food fight in your hand on the portal in the game. It is that simple. There's the inset artwork for Miss Legendary Deja Vu. Featured magic element characters, Blastermind, Cobra Kadabra. Would be nice if we had Blastermind or Enigma, would it not? Cobra Kadabra, Fizzy Frenzy, Pop Fizz, and of course the Magic Element Mini Spry. I recorded that video like before the game was available, and just released it today. So that's what happens when you get viruses. But Deja Vu, obviously being a red base, brand new Newlander 2-trap team, not going to be backward compatible, but going forward she should be just fine. So don't know where my knife is. Actually I do, I just can't reach it. Let's see, I don't have fingernails. Again, I'm trying to do this like old school, and it's not working well. Actually, I got it. There you go. That's kind of crafty. I like to use the knife just because it's a cleaner cut, but we'll go ahead and open this up. Stock at my local TRU, it was extremely limited on this chick. Granted, I just picked her up tonight. I didn't feel like going out last Sunday when I couldn't even make the video or anything, and I could have introduced her and had fun in-game, but then I have a backlog of videos and I can't upload them. It's just a long, drawn-out process. So, in addition to the figure, we get the stat card and the sticker sheet, which we will take a look at. And here is Miss Legendary Deja Vu. We're going to go ahead, I like to pull that backside down and then come in and work the plastic. Never, especially with her, this seems like really frail. I'd hate to see somebody like bend that off. So work from the base, bend the plastic, not the figure. She actually looks fairly well. I'm not a big fan of the Legendary color scheme on like 9 in 10 figures. It seems to have this treatment. But it kind of works well for her. In particular, I think I'm drawn to the hourglass, because usually when you see an hourglass or a timepiece, even if it is an hourglass, I kind of think of gold. I don't know why, that's just kind of what I grew up with. The lightning bolts look nice on her. The time fork little staff doesn't look too bad. There's the jewel. On the backside, she's kind of got legendary blue hair. I actually know the exact color to call that. In comparison here, when I wanted to see the gem, you know, I'm going to say this gem actually looks better too. I don't know if this was like kind of one of the first ones and it's kind of got no luster or is dull. This one's kind of got like more of a luster to it, which is pretty cool. Hourglass, it's copper versus gold. I actually do prefer the copper. I just don't like the color gold on anything. I hate it, you know, monetarily wise, yes, give me gold, but aesthetically, I hate it. Minecraft, I hate it. Legendary color schemes, I just do not like the color gold. It bothers me. That said, here the two Deja Vus are side by side. Now the issue I have, the purple hair, it makes sense with the magic element. But what I really like on her is just like the contrasting in the blue. And here, I mean, she does not look bad in a legendary color scheme. I've seen much worse. But to me, once again, as is usual the case in my opinion, this standard figure wins out. But she actually, surprisingly, looks quite well as a legendary character. Let's go ahead as I spin her around, and we'll go ahead and cover her background story for you. Once again, Magic Element Newlander, as you can see by the red base for Trap Team. Slogan, did that just happen? On a remote island in Skylanders, Deja Vu tirelessly worked on a machine that would make the perfect 3-minute egg in half the time, which would be 90 seconds. I'm sorry, Legendary Deja Vu worked tirelessly to do that. After poring over countless magic tomes and even consulting the lost plans used to create the legendary Tower of Time, again props on that cross-reference to Swap Force AP, she finally completed construction of the huge machine. Unfortunately, a gang of evil giant sea slugs Searching for a way to acquire super speed, learned of her machine and set about to take it at all costs. Slow but well armed, the massive slugs bore down on the island, but rather than allow her work to be used for evil, Legendary Deja Vu quickly jumped into action and set the clock's hands to 13, causing a time overload. Caught up in the blast, she was given an amazing power over time, which she then used to stop the evil slugs in their tracks and spin them home. Now as a Skylander, Legendary Deja Vu uses her incredible powers to turn back the clock on evil. So, her in-game stats for the standard figure: health 210, speed 60, armor 18, critical hit 60. As you know, I'm coming in, I do big things with numbers. I make spreadsheets and all kinds of crazy things. I can finally get back to uploading to the internet machine and sharing with people instead of just having on my personal stash based on an offline computer because of a stupid virus. But get that stuff uploaded for you. We will do a comparison. As you know, I like to see stat boosts with the legendaries. So far in Trap Team, the special characters have had boosts. Not massive, but they have been there. Again, let me go ahead and pull up this stuff for you real quick. In addition to the figure, you get the sticker sheet, which again features the special Legendary Deja Vu artwork. You've got the name tag there, a QR code, web code below that. Let me actually come over to this giant stack of cards and see if I can find her. There we go. So how I do these things, I don't know, particularly at this time in the morning. So Legendary Deja Vu, let's go ahead and get her up here. Power or strength, 120 out of 250. I'll try to use that as a little highlight for you. Armor, 50 of 250. Agility, 60 of 250. And luck, 200 of 250. So add that all up, we got 320, 380, 430 out of 1,000. So legendary stats on the card. Let's see how that compares to her standard counterpart here. Alright, standard stat card for Deja Vu: 100, 40, 50, and then 170. So that's 270, 320, 360 versus 430. So Legendary Deja Vu plus 70 overall versus her standard stat card. Let's do it line by line. Her strength or power, you're sitting at a plus 20, favoring the legendary. Armor, plus 10 in favor of Legendary Deja Vu. Agility, plus 10 in favor of legendary. And then a big jump on the luck with a plus 30 stat boost. So, very cool stuff there. Again, I cover that because they include the stat cards, and I just like to cover everything that is included. Again, the stock at my local store, I'd say there were about 5 of these. I didn't see gear shift. I predicted that would happen. They had no wallops, but that's because I told them to lock them up in the back so scalpers couldn't have them. Let's see here. Who else? I haven't gotten to talk to anybody in a long time. And by that I mean you, because I've had a virus. Lots of legendary jawbreakers, so that's good news. I think there were quite a few of the Legendary Blades adventure packs. I don't know, it's just really hard. I mean, the traps are like this far apart and then they're stacked. The top row, I'm not short and I have trouble reaching it in terms of seeing all the way back. And then when you knock one trap off, it's like a domino effect. I don't know if anyone else has had that happen. Not saying I have had that personally happen, which is code for it's happened to me, but it's essentially like you knock one off at the back peg and then it like just lodges something loose. And then everybody else has stuff, and then before you know it, there's like 4 items that spill out. I feel like I should win a prize or something. But that said, they didn't have any traps that I needed, and so I put back what I had to get into the $30 range, if you will. But that's their promo right now. Again, this was not taped. I kind of take interest in those things. I did pick this up. It was also out. There's going to be 2 more of these releasing this Sunday, the 9th, and then the next Sunday, the 16th. You can find more information on those on the Skylander Club forum. And then also at Target tonight. Ran in there. My schedule's kind of off. I don't usually like to go places on the weekend that are crowded. But I found the storm warning, and I'm bummed out about that because I bought it and I have it. I just haven't unboxed it, which is probably why I don't remember I have it. And then the one that I did not have was the Tempest Timer. So big night for the air element traps. There's still a ton of traps that are out that I can't find. They're like the rare ones, and they're just nowhere to be seen. And there's just a million wet Walters and, you know, undead skulls and things. But I do the best I can. It's not too big of a deal. But main thing, Legendary Deja Vu. If you did not know, she is available. $10.99 is the price. They'll probably, if you catch it or hold out, you can get a good promo. Legendaries, the last couple of games haven't been too hard to come by. My advice, though, if you want her, get her now while she's easily obtainable. You might run into some unobtainium if you wait until Black Friday between Christmas. After that, they'll probably get some subsequent restock, and she'll be easy to come, and she'll fodder for a while. But pick her up now while you can, and just go with that. It's not worth the savings on Black Friday. I'll just tell you right now. That said, that is about that. Again, I hated telling you all that stuff at the beginning, but if anyone has the powelik virus like I did, Rogue Killer took care of it for me. Again, Norton, hats off to them. They're at least working on it. Microsoft, I hit them up to see if they're going to update their virus database for malicious software tool. They could care less, seemingly. That said, I mean, there are the third-party solutions. I think there's another one that came up the last couple of days that can fix it. But I was pretty impressed with Rogue Killer, so hats off to them. And again, if you have that stupid virus and you're somehow able to see this video before your computer shuts down, that's your solution. It worked for me, it'll work for you. I assume it's safe. I'm running with it. I'm pretty happy I can actually use the computer. I don't have to spend $500 or $600. And of course, that means more money for Skylanders, which is always a good thing. So for myself and Legendary Deja Vu, thanks for watching. Again, $10.99 at Toys R Us. She is available now. And my apologies that this is a little bit late, but the main thing I can say is I'm just excited that I don't have to buy a new computer and that the old one is finally up and running. So if you got questions on that virus or the Trojan or anything like that, I will attempt to help you as best I can. Oneofwisdom.com is my personal site. Be sure to check out the Skylander Club forum. I'll finally, like I said, be able to kind of start uploading the pictures and the documentation and stats and spreadsheets I've got. So bear with me. It's going to be a long, involved process, but it'll be cool in the end. Tons of stuff going down on the Skylander Club forum. Be sure to check that out. Links in the video description box below. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. Yet again, thanks for watching. Once more, my apologies on the delay. It's certainly not something I intended to have happen, contracting a virus from Internet Explorer, but anyway, got it remedied, it seems, for the time being, and I'm up and running, so I guess that's all that matters. But I'm going to go introduce Legendary Deja Vu. Hopefully you've got her. If not, pick her up, and until next time, we will catch you later.